Hello, the game I will be presenting to you today is called Transmutation. Transmutation is an asymmetric, first-person horror survival game set out in an abandoned village. A nightmare you can't seem to wake up from. You and other survivors try to escape from the monsters haunting these abandoned villages, whilst praying at shrines to try and ward off these monsters. Avoid getting hunted and converted into a monster. The goal for humans is to pray at shrines to unlock gates leading to the sanctuary, whilst the goal for monsters is to try and capture the humans to convert them into monsters and stop them from reaching the sanctuary. The games which Transmutation takes inspiration from are Dead by Daylight and The Quarry. From Dead by Daylight, surviving against a psychotic maniac killer, and from The Quarry, the element of humans transforming into werewolves and murdering their friends. According to an article by The Video Gamer, Dead by Daylight managed to sell 270,000 units in the first week of release in 2016, recouping all development costs. The latest report in May 2022 reported that it had 36 million unique players, according to an article by the PC Gamer. This means that there is a market for an asymmetric horror survival game. Transmutation will cost around £10, which is similarly priced to one of the games of inspiration, Dead by Daylight. Transmutation will be available on PC, Xbox and PS5, but not on Nintendo Switch or mobile devices. This is because the Nintendo Switch does not have a voice chat functionality. Currently, a mobile release is not planned yet. The target audience of Transmutation will be adults and PEGI 18 due to realistic and graphic violence similar to real life. Consumers might purchase this game because of the large map size with various themes and randomly generated layouts in each village. Some of the planned village themes include medieval, Japanese, Viking and steampunk. The design pillars of Transmutation are exploration, social and thrill. Exploration with randomly generated village layouts and shrines to search for. Social with proximity voice chat to communicate with other players, betraying other players, formulating plans with other players, and working together to escape or capture other players. Thrill as a monster is to instill fear into humans and hunting them for fun. As a human, running away from monsters whilst praying at shrines to potentially save your fellow humans and slow down monsters. The core loop for humans is run away from monsters, pray at shrines and unlock a new area, and repeat. The core loop for monsters is to become a monster, instill fear, and hunt humans. The meta loop for players, to choose how to play the game, players can try to win by selecting appropriate options at the shrine, making deals with monsters using the voice chat, for example, trying to sell the location of a teammate, or even intentionally try to make your team lose by playing poorly. The compulsion loop, for the sake of players wanting to continue playing the game will have replay value for players to want to play again, since the game is played slightly different every time, with the map being different, thanks to the randomly generated villages and maps. Collecting points from winning either as a human or monster to spend on cosmetics, and social aspects for players to meet new friends, queuing the game alone, and it also serves as a good multiplayer game for a large group of friends. Now, how is the game played? The game takes place in a village. This is what a typical randomly generated village top-down layout would look like. Players will spawn either inside a building or outside a building. After every player has spawned, a random player is selected to become a monster. After 5 seconds, the player will transform into a monster, much like in the game The Quarry, where a human will transform into a monster. There are also two types of monsters, red and blue. There is no difference in attack or speed between the two. However, there are also shrines scattered all across the village. Players can take 2 hits by these monsters before also being transformed into a monster after 45 seconds from being hit for the second time. The player must go and pray at these villages to unlock the gate to escape. Once they pray at these shrines, they are greeted with 2 options. Blue, to have all monsters temporarily weakened for 1 day or night cycle, or red, to have all injured players to be healed. This includes players who are about to transform into a monster. Selecting the correct colour is also important. If the colour selected is the same as the last seen monster chasing the human player, the monster will be weakened. If the colour selected is different from the last seen monster chasing them, the monster will become stronger. The game will have day and night cycle. During the day, humans will be able to move faster and have better vision. Monsters move slower and have worse vision. During the night, humans will move slower and have worse vision. Monsters will move faster and have better vision. Each day and night cycle takes 1 minute 30 on default. This can be adjusted in the options before playing. Each game aims to take around 15 minutes. After each player prays at their shrine, the gate will open and players can start making their way towards the exit. But how does this game differ from Dead by Daylight? This game has multiple villages and a large map. However, like FTL Faster Than Light, there will be a similar map, where players can choose their path and navigate towards the finish. This is a map of each village the players will have to pass through before making their way to the sanctuary. After passing through the gate, the player is met with 2 paths. They can either head to village 1 or 2. However, say for example you're a human player. If you are at village 2, you cannot directly go to village 1. To reach village 1, you must head back to the start before going to village 1. After each day and night cycle of approximately 3 minutes, there is a red zone which inches towards the direction of the sanctuary. Going into this red zone as a human player will automatically transform the human player into a monster. Thank you for listening to my presentation of Transmutation.